Hey everybody, Ryan here coming at you really quick just to talk to you about Shivers. As you saw in my first Cinema Club fireside chat video with Jeff, I had mentioned that I had really wanted to see Shivers and I picked this up and I finally watched it. So yeah, David Cronenberg's 1975 feature-length debut. This film was insane. I don't even think I knew what I was getting into, but basically, you guys know the plot if you've seen it. It's basically about a new luxury high-rise apartment or condo, and they just want to attract it's the best place to live. They want to attract all people of all over just to come and stay there. It has everything from a doctor to a tennis court to a golf course, and it's just a great place. So the film opens up with this random older guy basically beating up looks like a flight attendant of some kind. She's wearing like a uniform. Come to find out she's actually in school, I'm pretty sure. And he starts ripping her clothes off and you're like, am I about to watch a rape scene? No. Next thing you know, he has his shirt off and she's dead. And he's cutting open her her body and pouring in acid. And you don't know really what's going on. And then he kills himself. So they're both dead. And so everybody's freaking out around the place, and a professor and an officer, they're like kind of investigating what's going on. And it's really about the scientists that are behind the whole, that are in that field and knew the doctor that killed the girl and killed himself. And so to come to find out that he was trying to invent parasites that will take the place of a failing human organ, like the liver or something. And in his research, it was infecting people and turning them into sex-crazed maniacs, going around and killing other people, but infecting them with the parasite. So you have them investigating this whole thing, and some of the people in the high-rise also have it, and it's spreading like wildfire. And incredible film for body horror and gore and stuff like that. And from here on out, it's going to be spoilers. So, and basically the film ends with everybody in the whole building turning into these sex-crazed maniacs. And it ends with everybody like in the pool. People are getting naked and they're swimming and having sex and making out and stuff, and they're just obsessed, and including the main characters. And then the final shot of the movie is everybody leaving the complex in their own cars, and they're smiling and everything like that. So it's kind of like they're infected and they're about to go into the world with this disease or with this parasite. And then the movie's over and you're like, whoa, that is hardcore. That's insane. Yeah, so I really like this film a lot from beginning to end. David Cronenberg just has that style of filmmaking. You just can't look away. Even some of the, when you don't know what's going on, it just, everything from the opening where you're actually watching a video of somebody promoting the apartment, and it is very tongue-in-cheek. And so it's like a horrifying movie, but it's done in a way to where it's almost kind of, like I said, tongue-in-cheek. It's kind of funny in some ways, and Cronenberg was able to do that. He had, like, you know, with his social commentary and stuff like that, he was able to be disturbing and then slightly make a point and kind of have a little bit of dry humor in there as well. And it's more like dry humor. It's more like funny because of the situation. And I kind of felt disturbed, kind of like laughing at some of the situations, but I was like, gosh. And it's kind of like how The Fly is, you know, some of the grotesque scenes in The Fly. But Jeff, in a recent video on his channel, mentioned how Cronenberg has this Canadian flavor to his films. And I don't really know what that means, but I get it. Like, it has its own distinct flavor, and you could tell it's not, you know, it's not made in the United States, and it has its own flavor that I can only imagine Canadian cinema being. That's kind of like what I took about it. But one thing I wanted to mention, I feel like another director, and he's not Canadian, is Paul Verhoeven. That is somebody like in RoboCop and Starship Troopers and Total Recall, even Basic Instinct to some point. You feel, I get the same kind of vibe from his stuff that I do from Cronenberg's. Cronenberg is just a little bit more schlocky and a little bit more darker in some ways, at least as a whole. Meanwhile, Verhoeven has a lot of dark subject matter, but it's more, I don't know what the word, I mean, showy in some ways. It's not on the surface, you know. But anyways, he's another director that I think has, I kind of get the same feeling of, like, whenever I watch a Cronenberg movie or a Verhoeven film. So anyways, I just wanted to share my thoughts of Shivers. Hope you guys like this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.